Today's video is going to be themed around why I am considering moving to Kailua. Kailua's got cool vibes. We're going to show you some of the towns in Kailua too, right? I'm going to end the video in the area, the pocket, the community of Kailua. There's several places I would live in Kailua, but I think of two that I might love the most. I don't know to what degree my wife takes this seriously, but we do talk about it. When she talks about the things that she misses from living on the mainland, we lived there for over a decade in California. Her aunt lives in Colorado. There's just some things we miss, you know, like having a little town to walk around and just certain vibes. And on Oahu, you really can't find it except for Kailua. We're gonna walk around the town. This is my assistant, Dane. Yeah? And we'll see how Dane feels from the beginning of the video to the end about moving to Kailua. Dane, would you want to leave where we live in Mililani and move to Kailua around here?
I don't know.
Well, what's good about Mililani?
There's not much bad guys.
Have you seen any bad guys here yet?
No.
Let's go walk around and see if we see any bad guys, see if we see any cool places. And what did Daddy promise you?
A lollipop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I get two because one for me and one for Duke?
One for you and one for Duke?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice of you. This is a nice lounge though. Huh? That's one of the things, like the dichotomy of things in Kailua is like old Kailua, like old vibe. Older local Hawaiian families and older shops and older restaurants, and then there's like this new stuff. So I think we're gonna start on the new side, show you guys a bit around Kailua town. Check this out. Me and this guy get the same haircut. It's cool to have a Whole Foods in your neighborhood, right? Sometimes I do want to go get an overpriced sparkling tea. But I enjoyed it when I was in California. I never even heard of Whole Foods until I moved to California. Let's go hit the main street. For like ladies, for example, this place, the Fighting Eel. It's unlikely that this is where my wife is gonna shop, but she appreciates having shops like this around, right? Maybe she'll pick up a piece here and there. Sometimes we get bored back home in Hawaii, but I think we would get bored anywhere. Even in California, we lived in California, and how often do we actually do the like 3-hour drive to Tahoe or the 6-hour drive down to Disney? It just seemed nice knowing that you could do it. And let me know, local people in the comment section, like how long have you lived in Hawaii? Did you ever leave? And do you ever have, you know, rock fever, island fever? And then the things that we miss or long for that California had is like these little towns. So in the Bay Area, you have like downtown Pleasanton, downtown Livermore, Alameda, all these places like this. They're like Kailua town, there's like 10, 15 of them in the Bay Area. And so it's cool to go get a different Italian food place, a different Thai food place. But street-facing shops where you can walk around, grab a coffee, go to a used bookstore, whatever. Kailua is really the only place outside of town. So Waialae is ish, but that's a whole different video. All right, no lollipops in there, right? We gotta go find lollipop.
Of course not, because there's mostly dresses.
Okay, Dane. I think lollipops are that way.
Are they closed? Are they closed? Whoa, we should have brought a penny again.
We don't have a penny again.
This one gives you more luck.
This is more luck? Why is this fountain more luck than the other fountain?
Because it's more higher. If you make it at the top, you...
Oh, if you get it in the top, it's more luck?
Yes. Got you.
This like particular setting, Maui Brewing on the main road, it gives me kind of Palo Alto, California vibes. When I used to work at Stanford, like I would have to drive through downtown Palo Alto a lot of the time. They had these coffee shops and these restaurants, these breweries like right on the street. And to some people, it's local people probably watching this like, why would you want to eat and hear all the cars? And it's like, I get it, but there's just something about the energy of things flowing through here and also having a beer. And to a Hawaiian note or a Hawaiian observation, these like man-made concrete pillars, they take this salt and they throw it in and then it dissolves. What it is it's like a lava rock kind of look. Sometimes when it's like this color concrete, it just gets dirty and doesn't necessarily look good. In Ward, near like Istanbul, the elevated part of Honolulu, they have areas where they do the same thing. It's like this black rock salt lava rock thing. Looks amazing. The shopping center behind me, this part of Kailua town, this is where we were in our very first video. Did we come here in one of our other Kailua videos? I'm not sure, but Morning Brew Coffee is like one of the cooler coffee shops on the island. Good breakfast, good coffee. There's Indian food, which there's not a lot of Indian food places on all of Oahu and all of Hawaii. Lanikai juice is over there, which is really like Lanikai is a Kailua name. It's synonymous with Kailua. And then you come over here and you have this like plantation style Kalapawai market kind of, you know, kind of vibe.
Why is there no lollipops here?
There are no lollipops, right?
There's Jamba.
Do you want jamba? Hot. I insisted on wearing pants, you know, pants with the slippers. I feel like this is a very Kailua look. Halfway professional, but it's hot. One of the things I want to point out over here, you have Maui Tacos, Tori Richard, Kari Aloha, I don't even know what that is, Mahina, Soha Living. There's obviously like a tourist element to Kailua. We're talking about the negatives. There's certainly drawbacks. We're not shy about going over pros and cons on this channel. It's like a district of Waikiki out here on the east side. It is kind of touristy. You don't see a Tori Richard store unless you expect tourists, because not that many other people are buying $90 to $140 Aloha shirts, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. There's a tourist element, but I don't know, Kailua is growing on me. You see what I gotta deal with, this real estate team? Kenji said, oh, I didn't know there was he said, I never know there was Bolahead Mountain. So if you watch our Kapolei video where we show Makakilo, there's this little like mound that's a part of the mountains in Makakilo, and we call it Bolahead Mountain. Bolahead means to be bald. That's what I deal with. That look, Hawaiian Island Creations. You think they have lollipops?
No.
HIC, Hawaiian Island Creations. They just had the military surf contest, and our friend from the Pro City video, Indy, I can't say what his name means, but Indy, we went down and saw him and checked out the surf contest. In the goodie bag, he had an extra shirt, and he's like, oh, it doesn't fit me, because Dane, my son Dane is named after him. Dane's only like this tall, so he gave me the shirt. Aside from that, all these other things we showed you is a Down to Earth over there, Maui Brewing, and then you pan this way, you can kind of see through the trees, Target's over here. Kailua, it's kind of just all things. It has everything. If you jog to the beach from here, like, if you drive, it's just a few minutes. If you jog, maybe 15 minutes. If I jog, maybe 30, 40.
Oh, this is our Hawaiian flower.
It's your Hawaiian flower? You mean the Hawaii state flower?
Yeah.
Is hibiscus the Hawaii state flower?
The yellow ones. Yeah.
Is that what Mr. Kaki said?
No, Kapunale.
Kupunare?
Yes.
Oh, his Hawaiian language teacher, Hawaiian studies teacher. Whew. Atsui desu. Atsui desu ne. Not just today and some of my banter earlier. Even in other videos, we talk about Kailua being the place where maybe you walk with no shoes to ground the electrons, or having a crystal shop. And there's Kailua Crystals next to Nalu Health Bar and Cafe, and then what's another surf shop kind of thing next to it. Like, I'm not necessarily buying $2,000 crystals or whatever. I don't mind having that around the town, you know what I mean? Kailua's got cool vibes. But one thing we haven't found yet in Kailua is a lollipop. Across, look, it's colorful. They might have lollipops. Let's go check.
Yeah.
Oh, say thank you.
Thank
you. Hey, watch out, auntie.
Nope. Oh, it's just a restaurant. Daddy, did you get a drink for me?
I got acebo.
It has chocolate.
Hey, that was my banana. Are you trying to say I still owe you a lollipop?
I mostly like lollipops.
Okay.
Lock it up.
Okay, lock it in. Dane, we walked all around Kailua town. Did you see any bad guys?
No.
So maybe this is a good town too?
Yes.
Should we move here? What you think? There's no lollipops in this town.
Never mind.
Never mind, he said never mind. We're gonna go to the cars. Can't go to Kailua without going to the beach.
I want to get a smoothie.
Smoothie?
Because there's no lollipop.
Salesman already. Climb the coconut tree.
No. Daddy, can we buy that one day?
Maybe one day for Christmas.
Yeah, let you try them. You know how, huh?
Yeah.
Pull towards you forward and then turn. Cannot don't go in the water.
No!
Oh, no go in the water.
You don't know. Sorry. Shout out to Ohana RC. Local pro tip. When you get to the sand, so when you take off your shoes or your slippers, you don't walk with it. Where you be flying sand all over people and their towels. Another pro tip, if you parked here and you're coming back here, so you don't have to walk with your slippers, you just throw them down next to a tree you can remember. Yeah, come Dane. Kailua Beach is the most pristine, white, sandy, walkable. I mean, it's like the Gulf Coast of Florida, Pensacola, and Hawaii had a baby kind of beach. It's obviously beautiful. The waves aren't gonna kill you. One pro tip, maybe two pro tips. Watch out for speeding watercraft, but also jellyfish on this side. When I was a little kid, just down at Bellows, so it's a beach that's like a couple miles that way, I was body surfing. And when I came up out of the water, the jellyfish wrapped on my face. And it didn't feel good, I can tell you that. It's not like these huge jellyfish you see in other parts of the world. It's these like small blue and clear ball things. And then you'll see them kind of spread out on the sand. They sting. There's not a lot to this beach for me. I prefer to surf or bodyboard. It's good for kayaking and kite surfing and stuff like that. Let's go check out some neighborhoods and parks. There's several places I would live in Kailua, but I think of two that I might love the most. Specifically, this is the Hillcrest area of Keolu Hills. People wouldn't even call it Keolu, they just call it Hillcrest. If I'm a little more just kind of on the retired side, or most times your kids have a hard time riding up and down these hills, and I don't know, I just think of kind of settling in up here by myself or with my wife without the kids. I think I have a little more flatter area for kids, but with or without kids, the main reason, for one, a lot of homes in Kailua are old. A lot of areas, the homes are built decades and decades and decades ago of a different quality. Up here, you have nicer, newer, modern homes. And I would want one of these homes with a beautiful view. We're just at the beginning of Maunawili. This is the other neighborhood I would highly consider. Some clients of ours last year, shout out to Isaac and Michelle, they wanted this neighborhood so bad, but they had a certain window and there just isn't a lot of inventory. These homes don't come up very often. It's older, more settled in kind of community, nestled in the mountains on the backside of Manoa. I'm pretty sure if you look at the map, yeah, it's like right on the back of Manoa, I think.
Pass.
Pass? Shoot. Oh, yeah. Don't show my wife.
Yeah, I went to the park.
Know that you were on top of the monkey bars catching football. Okay, go for a pass. Blue 42. My balls are blue. Say hi. Oh, it's gonna go down the hill.
Daddy!
The wind. You can see the jungle like overtaking that baseball field that no one uses, and it's just a different feel up here. This is another cool place that I would consider. And you can go to town. How fast do you think, if you're like towards the front of Maunawili, you'd probably be in town like 10, 12 minutes. You'd be in the city area, Honolulu, we call it town. You'd be there so fast because you're right on this side of the, this the Riki or the Pali? This the Pali, yeah? This the Pali. Now you're not getting those like grand views of all of Kailua and Enchanted Lake and the ocean and all that stuff. You're not achieving that here, but you're settled down in this quiet community. You know what? The other place, if I didn't have kids, I'd live in one of those condos, like nicer townhomes right by the downtown area. Don't sleep on that either. That'd be another consideration. So those are my three.
All right, guys. So common questions people give us all the time. Is it too early for me to look? It's not. Make sure you click the link below to check out our website, fill out the contact form, let us know your timeline, and let's connect soon.
Since we have a client that specifically wants oceanfront, I'm out here shooting a quick video just kind of showing the area in general, just speaking to the value that we provide our clients. That's what this YouTube channel is for in general. Okay, do we go out for every single client, for every situation, and just shoot personalized neighborhood nuggets for every single thing? We aren't able to do that, but certainly if there's content for the channel that is relevant to you and you haven't seen it on the channel yet, let us know. You know, we haven't had one person who's bought virtually who... Have you had anyone who's been upset?
No. Right. A lot of times when we're looking at listings online, we're shopping virtually. The listing is going to show us just that house, just the view from that house. It's not going to show us what the houses around it look like. It's not going to show us, you know, what the neighbors' houses look like or what the street parking looks like.
And Google Street View might be 10 years old.
Outdated, super outdated. So we just like to make sure that we're not just showing the house, we're showing them everything they can expect from everything surrounding that house too. You can have a drastic difference in style of home from your luxury beachfront on one side and then directly across a complete tear down. But there is always the possibility, you know, to have sort of a mixed bag as far as what your neighbors and your direct neighborhood's gonna look like.
Remember when we made the video and we were trying to find a lollipop? We couldn't find it?
Yes.
Say thank you to mommy.
Which one do you pick? That one?
Aloha, everyone.